Yeah, fix it. I'm live right now, guys. I'm live. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? I'm live. What's up, everybody? What'd you do? You just fixed it. Josh, thank God you're here. Jeff Garcia, Superfluous. Where you guys been? I don't know. Judith, of course. Guys, today's a good day. What's up, Scotsman? It's great to see you. Svet as well. It's great to see all of you. Michelle, Poppin' Mike, the Boogie Boy, Takun. By the way, I'm done with that accent. I liked it though. I don't know what was happening to it. I'll show you guys this. Siwani! See, I wave. You're an amazing artist. I'm trying my best to be an amazing artist. Today we have an amazing artist. Neyo, wonderful guy, good friend. Him and I are working on some projects together. Been working on projects with Neyo for quite some time. And I will let you know exactly what those projects are when I talk to him. What's up, D-Spliff? Dozer Art, how you guys doing? This is my cup that Kim Fields accidentally sent to me. Just FYI. That was an accident. She was supposed to send me something else. Gillespie, what's up, brother? Hold on. I gotta, waving and talking is hard because I'm like this. I'm pushing the wave. There is my boy, Neyo. What up, my brother? Neyo, join me in the feed here. Let's see, or I will ask you to join, and we will go live, and we will talk, and we will build, and we will get incredibly creative as I wave to people here. There he is.
Hello,
What's going on, brother?
Wait a minute, this light is ridiculously bright. Let me bring that down. Sheesh.
How are you, man? I'm great, man. How you doing?
I'm good. What's going on with you?
Neyo is singing and releasing the Never Before song today. No, I'm kidding. Neyo, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm at the house. You know what? Hold on. Let me close this door because my kids are downstairs and they are little maniacs. So give me 2 seconds.
Go. Everybody loves Neyo. What's not to love? He's coming right back. And in the meantime, Neyo's going to be seeing my latest painting of Nipsey Hussle. Hey, I wanted to show you this original here.
That's crazy.
I just got it back from the framer.
Nice.
It's next to my Dilla.
Yeah. Quality.
Close to the Bob.
You're a talented dude. Hold on,
Hey,
I'm on live.
So how you doing, man?
I'm good. What's going on with you?
Well, I'm going to Sideshow to talk about our project. Neyo and I are working on, a couple things, Neyo. An incredible statue that we've been working on for many years.
Yes.
And it's actually a statue of Neyo that was born from my painting of Neyo. And that's going to come out, I have no idea when, but when it comes out, it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah. So what he's talking about is the statue that he created from the painting. I have also used for the artwork for the album. So when the album comes out, you'll get to see it. I mean, I will the statue be out before I drop the album?
That's a great question.
That's a good question. Either way, you'll see it very, very soon. It's a beautiful piece. I was beyond flattered to even be considered for it. You've done countless masterpieces, and for you to pick the piece that you did for me to be the first go out with it. I have the actual paintings
on your screen up
downstairs, so I'd have to take it off the wall. I don't want to do that. Okay, but yeah, I have that.
It's right there. It's right there.
There we go. That's
so
a better
it's based on that painting right there of the man, Neyo. And the piece is called Frozen
Frozen,
Crimson. It's going to be incredible. And then
Frozen
I'm doing a
Crimson.
bunch of pieces for your album as well, your album art.
Yes,
I'm doing
yes, yes.
4 pieces, so that's fun too. I'm in the works with that. We could talk offline because I don't think you really, you know, what do you want to do? Do you want to just release the art with the piece as it comes out, or what's your goal with that?
Well, I mean, with 4 original Justin BUA pieces, like there's really not anything that we can't do. Like, okay, so we could use it as a bonus with every song that comes out. They get to see the original piece of artwork that was inspired by the song or whatever the case may be from you. So that's an added bonus. I ultimately want to take all of the pieces that I have of yours, from originals to the prints that I have, and just do a show somewhere at some point, at like a gallery art / concert thing. Of course, once this Corona shit goes where it's gonna go, of course after this, I would love to do something like that, where like people
Okay.
come to see the art display, and then the lights go down, and I perform, and then the lights go down again, and then we see the big piece. Like that would be really, really dope. I think we should work on something
Okay,
like that
so we did.
after COVID-19.
Well, if we did it in Texas, we could do it tomorrow. If we did it in LA, we might never do it. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'm you know what? I'm gonna wait until everything opens back up before I get back
Well,
out.
you've already planted the seeds. My business partner Darren Chavez is probably watching right now. Like, okay, writing that down. He's going to talk to
Yeah.
Sean. Dude, how is? Let's get down nitty gritty. How do you think the music industry is going to change after this? I mean, flying is going to be a royal headache.
Yeah.
Certain countries are going to do testing. It's going to be a 4-hour wait. If you're not flying private, how is life going to change? What is your thoughts on that?
You know what? I wish that I could sit here and tell you that I knew. I don't assume that it's gonna get easier. I don't assume that at all. I assume that it's gonna get even more difficult, become even more of a headache. But as far as what's actually gonna happen, I have no idea, man. I know that as far as creativity, I don't think that creativity is going to suffer much because everybody has this free time. You can use it to kind of sit still and really go into whatever it is that you're trying to make happen with energy that you couldn't before because you were pulled in so many different directions. You know what I mean? So I don't think creativity is going to suffer. I think that after a while, people might get tired of, watching concerts via this. I think that that's going to get tiresome at some point. I mean, I don't mind it right now because to listen right now, that's all anybody's getting from me. Because as I was about to say earlier, when the entire world opens back up, that's when I'll come out. But I'm not with this. Some things are open and some things ain't. And some places are and some places ain't. I don't understand that. So it's not killing people over there, but it is over there, or I don't know. Until everything opens up, you're not gonna see me outside.
Okay. So we only get to see you from here. Let me
Pretty
ask
much it.
let me ask you what is the most useless skill you have?
The most useless skill I have.
Yes. Like for example, I'll show everybody here. This is quite disgusting, by the way, but I can gleek on command. Like I do this. I could do
That
this.
is yes.
See?
That is
Like
just
that.
that is as gross as it is useless. Yes.
Yeah, it is
All right.
completely useless.
Randomly
Completely. But it's a weird skill. Like
flash
okay,
people.
so
All right.
my impersonations, I could do 1,000 accents. Si je parle français, je parle français parce que je parle français quand même. But if I want to speak French, it's easy for me, but it's not like it's not a skill like for example, like that. Like who it's useless. You know what I mean? Like who cares that
That
I
is
do
not
that?
useless though. That's not useless.
It's useless because I'm in
you
LA
could
and no
get
one
some
speaks
great
French.
voiceover work with that accent. It was very convincing. It really was.
No,
That's not useless. No, the gleeking thing is the gleeking thing is useless.
What is your useless, most useless skill?
My most useless skill. Let me see. What can I do that has absolutely no use to anyone
No value
whatsoever?
at all whatsoever.
Um, I can do this thing, kinda.
Mm, that's
That's
pretty good.
pretty
That's
meaningless.
pretty useless.
Yeah, yeah. That doesn't
I
really
mean,
mean
unless
anything.
you were hypnotized. Yeah. But that kind of goes with your dancing. So I
Not
feel like
really.
that's not you. You could go in a music video and do an up close, and people are like, yo, you saw when he did that? That was.
That's actually true. Okay, all right. So maybe that's not useless. Well, I mean, that can be said about. You know what? That opens up a conversation. What is art?
Mm.
What is it? Is it Rembrandt? Is it BUA? Or is it somebody sitting up in the camera doing this?
You had to say
Is this
Rembrandt
art?
and Boo in the same. You said Rembrandt and Boo in the same sentence. The one guy who, when Picasso got his painting at the Louvre, they said, where do you want it? He said, anywhere except next to a Rembrandt, because if you see a Rembrandt, all you
Yeah.
see is Rembrandt. You get swallowed up.
Very
Okay,
true. Very true.
that's fair. What do you think, Neo, besides Takashi 6ix9ine, will break the internet? what, what do you think? I mean, because Takashi 6ix9ine, are you a Takashi 6ix9ine fan?
I am not a Takashi 6ix9ine fan. I was, but I mean, I wasn't a fan of the music before the whole ratting, snitching, what everything happened. Now I don't really want to waste a whole lot of time on Takashi 6ix9ine, to be completely honest with you. I feel like he's getting enough attention, undeserved attention, if you ask me. But that's neither here nor there. This is not a Takashi.
So what's going to break the internet?
But what's going to break the internet?
Yeah.
The same thing that always does, man. See, here's the unfortunate thing about us as people. We kind of dig train wrecks. You know what I mean? Like, we like scandal. We like drama and issues. So I think the next thing to break the internet is going to be some major scandal, somebody doing something reckless or something like that. Because that's just what people like now. And I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a balance. There's a balance to it. But primarily, I think that's what people really get into is just, when the story is more important than the art, that's when not the story.
No, it's true.
Scandal is more important than the art. That's an issue.
No, it's true. And did you like it's like Tiger King. I mean, people are mentioning like Tiger King was a absolute train wreck. Did I enjoy it? Yes. Did I find value?
Right.
Did it enrich my life?
But you watched the whole thing.
Of course, yeah. But if I could take all of those moments of time of useless ratchet information and translate that to actual painting skills, so that, yeah, I painted that, but wouldn't it be way better if I didn't watch, if I didn't watch Tiger King, because I would have more skill, more time devoted to my craft and my love?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
I'm just saying.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah.
I have a very important question for you. Like, probably no one has asked you this. If you had a narrator that we all can relate to, not just someone in your family, whatever, to narrate your life story, who would it be?
Who would it be?
Yep.
Who would it be, or who would I want it to be?
No, who would you want it to be, for sure?
Morgan Freeman.
Oh my God, that's what a kid of my daughter said.
I want Morgan Freeman. I want to hire Morgan Freeman to just narrate my day. I want that.
That's amazing. Now,
I want Morgan Freeman to sit next to me as I eat cereal and just narrate it as it took.
A funny little side note.
I just want that to happen.
Morgan Freeman was my neighbor growing up in New York.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, so I was from the Upper West Side, uptown in New York City, and he wasn't my neighbor, but he lived in the building next door to me. So he was not really famous, but I used to see him in the neighborhood, like Sesame Street type fame, not real Morgan Freeman playing God fame, Yeah, he's okay. You want to know mine?
Yeah.
Mine would be James Earl Jones.
Just as dope. That's
a good one, right? Yeah. BUA came from Harlem, raised with the wolves. I mean, come on. That one would crush.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
No, but I think Morgan Freeman, I'd say those two are the top.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Just those kind of voices that you just want to hear them say stuff. Like, it doesn't really matter what you're saying. It's just something about the tone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I dig it.
Yeah, I think they're incredible. Okay, so I want to also say, because, you know, I've known you for many, many years. We've done a lot of creative projects together. And I don't, you know, it's funny because I asked you one time, like, about World of Dance. I was like, is World of Dance, you know, helping? And you said, well, people are actually come up to me and be like, man, I love you on World of Dance. And you're like, cool. And they're like, what else do you do? And you're like, well, I do music. So some people know you.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Yeah.
well, because it's weird, right? It's people want to know you for and they, you know, it's not anybody's fault. It's the information that they're given. So they know you for what they know you for, which is TV. Sometimes it's music, the older generation with music, the younger generation with TV. Is that a difficult place to be in? Like, for me, I get pigeonholed. People know me for my DJ painting. You hand me my DJ painting over there, like, and people are like, have you been doing anything recently? I'm like, what? Every day I'm doing a new piece. Like, no, not in that one. I DJ. Just grab me in LA, Downtown Weekly up there. You know what I'm saying? So talk to me about that. Is it a more difficult place in music? Because it seems to be so fast.
It's not. You know what it was? It was a difficult place for me initially when it initially started happening, because I've been Neyo for almost 20 years. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
So for a person to run up on me and go, "Oh, Neyo, I'm a huge fan," my instant assumption is you're talking about my music. But then they go, "I'm a huge fan. I love you on World of Dance," and I go,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you for that." You know what I mean? Now I kind of look at it like it's just fandom, bro. Like you know, it's appreciation for what it is I do, regardless. You know, my World of Dance fan could start at World of Dance and have World of Dance introduce them to my music, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I feel like as long as people are appreciating what it is I try to bring to entertainment, I'm gonna take it as it comes and just let it be that.
Well, I think you're a bit of a Renaissance man. You sing. You're really good on camera. Which, to be honest, when you first came on World of Dance, I was like, you know, I mean, you see some people that you love, and you're just like, uh-oh, they're making another move.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh God.
Oh, here we go.
Please,
like
please
Howard
don't
Stern.
suck right now, because
I can't believe Howard Stern's doing this. This is horrifying. You know, like, what is he doing as a good judge? But, you know, you're really good. Like, you say really smart stuff. You're funny. No, it's true. Like, you do. Like, some people,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Because
listen,
one of the things I worry about on that show is sounding stupid. Here's the reality of it.
Okay.
J-Lo's dance background is immense, right? As is their Cuff's dance background.
For sure.
My dance background, not so much as theirs. So I'm always worried about if I don't ever want to sound like I'm not supposed to be there. You know what I mean? I don't ever want to come across like I don't know what I'm talking about. I actually asked J-Lo when she called me about doing the show. I said to her, why?
Let's just take a moment.
I know for a fact.
Let's take a moment. The fact that J-Lo just called you. That alone is okay. Stop right there. Take a beat. Acknowledge it, and then keep going. Go ahead.
Yes. But I asked her. I said to her, I know for a fact that you know at least a dozen other dudes that are way more qualified to judge dancers than me. And she was like, true, in the realm of dance. She said, I don't necessarily want you to judge dancers the way that I would judge dancers. You know passion. You know what it takes to hold an audience. You know that dance without passion, dance without emotional connection is just movement, and it's you know what I mean? You understand that, and you understand when a person is doing it and when a person isn't doing it, and that's that's what makes you special and important to the show. And I'm like, oh.
Well,
okay.
You're also important. And you're a smart person, and you're an able, articulate dialectician, and you have insight and in a way that Derek and J-Lo don't, just because of your personal experience. And you're able to, there's a difference with having insight and being able to translate that insight verbally. And you have that ability, you know, which is great. So you watch a show, and look, you know, it's a younger show, but I watch the show. I watch my 15-year-old daughter, and I really enjoy the insights from all of you guys. I think you guys are smart in different ways. And oftentimes you do get judges who are just like, oh, it's so fluff, you know, and you could just,
right.
it just feels fluffy. And I don't feel that with you, and I'm not, you know, I'm just being real with you. I always keep it real with you. You know, we have a keep it real relationship. So I think that you're doing a great job. And I was there the second to last day you were taping with you, which was right before everything got shut down. So that was crazy. And to see you live was really great too. You know, some people, look, here's the reality, man. Some people got it, some people don't. You know, some people got it as a singer, but they're just not, they're terrible actors. Some people are terrible, you know, are great actors, terrible musicians. So you're a little bit of a renaissance man. And also, you know, and also Neyo draws. People don't know that.
I do draw. I don't cook. I do draw. Yes.
He draws, and he's always drawn. And we're going to do some drawing with Neyo in a little bit before I ask like 500 more questions. I have like 25 minutes. What is the song? Like, people don't know you also as a songwriter. Like people who are kind of late to the game or just not, you know, older, they don't know how many classic songs you have written. Can you just tell us a snippet of who you've written for and what those songs are? Just go through the list. There's too many to name, but just a few of the highlights.
Well, okay, so the highlights. Well, I mean, they're all highlights. You know, anytime that I can, you know, be a part of helping somebody get an idea across, you know, artistically, is a highlight for me. So there's no one that kind of ranks higher than other in my mind, but there are charts. So there's Beyonce's Irreplaceable. I think that might be one of the most famous. If not that one, it's definitely Mario's Let Me Love You. I did Unfaithful and Take a Bow, and what else did I do for Rihanna? Unfaithful, Take a Bow, Hate That I Love You, and Russian Roulette, and a couple other ones for Rihanna. Shout out to you. Let me see. There's Jennifer Hudson, the incomparable Jennifer Hudson. I've had the pleasure of writing for her. The incomparable Mary J. Blige. I've had the pleasure of writing for her. The incomparable Lionel Richie. I've had the pleasure of working with him.
Oh my God, Lionel Richie! Just that alone is like, I almost want to drop the phone. I love Lionel Richie. I love Lionel Richie so much, bro. It's crazy.
Oh,
like,
yeah. He's
the GOAT, bro. He's the GOAT. No, for sure.
Yeah, if there was like a songwriter's Rushmore, he's definitely a face on that for me. Yeah.
And Mariah Carey, you wrote for her.
I've had the pleasure of working with Mariah Carey, the incomparable Mariah Carey, the incomparable Celine Dion. The list goes. It's a few of them in there.
Okay.
I've done some stuff to be proud of.
No, you definitely, and your own songs, you know, honestly, you found me through my art, but I found you through your music when you found me. In other words, you knew my work, you got in touch with me, but I was already listening to your music. You know, it wasn't the way that we connected was a mutual respect of what we did in our crafts. So Neyo, you do draw. You've always drawn, and I'd like to do a couple of drawing things with you. As your fans might not know, I am an artist, and that's what I do. I paint. I
am an artist.
I am an artist.
You are beyond an artist. Okay, you are so much more than just a painter. Please don't shortchange yourself. Don't do that. You are the world-renowned Justin BUA. Cut it out.
Okay. The world-renowned Justin BUA. So, but I'm not going to be drawing as much as you, because let's be honest, this is your time to shine. So what I'm going to do, is it possible for you, just so you screen. I need to see it. I want to show your fans one of my more famous pieces. That's my DJ painting. This is on my daughter's phone right there. People know me for that. But I want you. I want you actually right now just to write your signature.
Just my signature.
Just do it. Just signature. The way that you
What up,
write
little
a
one in the
check.
back?
She said. He says hi.
I'm saying hi. Hey there. Good to see you. Just write my signature.
That's it.
Okay. What are you gonna do with
That's
this?
it.
You're not gonna.
We're not going to copy it and forge your signature around the world and sell it for profit.
Okay.
That's a federal crime.
That is indeed a federal crime.
Yeah, it's forgery. We're just going to look at it together collectively, everybody, and everybody chime in on Neyo's signature, because then we're going to ask Neyo a very interesting question. Or a couple about it. Okay. So hold it to the camera.
Can you see this?
I can. Get it a little closer. Wow. Wow. Okay, Neyo, I want you to tell me 2 things you love about your signature and 1 thing that you would like to change, if you could.
Okay. 2 things I love about my signature. I love the animation of it, like the like the swooshes of it. I love the star. Like when I my first album ever, the first piece of the first like flyer that I saw my name on, it said NESTARYO, and for whatever reason at the time I just thought that was so cool. So I incorporated it into my signature. What I would like to change, it's a lot. It's a whole lot. Like, you know, when I was
would like to change a whole lot, really?
No, I'm saying I would like to maybe simplify it a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe make it a little less, because, you know, if I'm sitting and I'm signing something for fans or whatever, it tends to take a little long because it's a lot to it. It's like each one is its own piece of art. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, I think a signature is a painting and it's a picture, and people don't think about it in that capacity, but you have to understand, when you're writing your name, you're creating a painting or a drawing that is indelible for the world to see. You're signing a check, you're signing you're signing a mortgage, you're signing you're signing an autograph, whatever it is. You're at the checkout counter at the supermarket. It is indelibly who you are. It's a projection of you. And that's why we all work on our signature. When people go, oh, I don't draw, you know, they're very reticent about saying that they draw. But the reality is everybody draws. Everybody's worked on their signature. Whether you're a celebrity or you're, you know, just whatever, it doesn't matter. You've worked on your signature. That's one thing. So I think it's really important for people to put it out there, and to also every once in a while look at your signature and be like, well, wait a minute, I do love it. This really does represent me, but perhaps I've changed. Perhaps I've evolved. Perhaps there's a new me and I need to change my signature. So I think it's really important for everybody out there who has a signature, which is basically 8 billion people, to really make sure that it represents you. Oh, and people are saying don't change it. They all love your signature.
Yeah,
okay, now Neyo, we're gonna do a simple exercise that I do with everybody, and the simple exercise is, Akira, can you shoot this here? We're just gonna do a lineup of 3 rows of 3, just like that.
3 rows of 3. All right.
3 rows of 3, and we're gonna ask you to hold the pencil to your thing at the camera to your paper at one point, and we're gonna have 3 rows of 3, so 3 across, 3 up, right? With that, you're going to have 4 lines without lifting your hand off the paper that will connect all the dots. You cannot lift your hand off the paper, and you must connect all the dots. Okay.
With 4 lines.
Yeah. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops, I missed that dot, so I didn't connect them all. Okay, so you could do it a couple times, but it's a really great exercise of creativity. You want to connect those, and everybody do this along with us. People who have done it before with me. I do this every so often, So there's 4 lines. If you could turn the camera down to your paper so we could see how your brain is working here.
Okay.
Okay, you got it now. Can you? Yeah, let's try it. Let's do it together. Yeah, so like let's connect it and do it a couple times. So it's okay. Like let's see what you got.
4 lines.
That's it. 4 straight lines. Do not lift your hand off the paper.
And this is actually possible. This isn't one of those you beating your head up against a brick wall type deals.
Anything is possible. Anything.
Okay. All right. All right. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1.
No, you have to show us though. You have to show us how your brain is working.
Okay. Okay. All right. Can we? Where are we? Wait. Do I have to make this lighter or darker in order for you to see better? Can you see? Yeah.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No.
Okay, but you can just do one and then do another setup for it. So just get one in. Just get one. Like almost like
it's very
a
involved.
warm-up one.
Just letting you know, this is a whole lot right now. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. Maybe.
Just put. There you go. Keep going. Don't take your thing off the paper.
Well, you said something, and I was like, "What?"
No. Keep it on. Just keep it on. Just keep going. Go one. Go. Keep going.
1.
Yep.
2.
Good.
3.
Oh.
Nope, that didn't work. Okay.
Nope,
that didn't work.
That's okay.
But I felt like I was onto something. Hold on.
You were on something.
1,
maybe it was the wrong something you were onto, but it was something.
2. 3, 4. No. All right, hold on.
Jada Fire says go across the middle. Jada Fire, you might be right. You might be wrong. Who knows? This is.
All right, let's try that. Let's try that. Okay, so 1. 2.
Okay, so what
3,
we're trying
4.
to do.
No.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to connect these 9 dots with 4 lines, and it's an exercise
without lifting your thing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Lifting your thing.
Thank you, Neil. So this is why we have to think critically. We have to think outside of the box.
Okay.
So that's all we have to do.
Think outside of the box.
Think outside of the box. Listen, I'll give you a clue. I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure it out, and I'm an artist. That's all I do is think outside of the box. And it just takes a little bit of a mental pivot to then dial into thinking beyond what we have been told to think. I know I'm speaking abstractly because I don't want to give it away too much, and then why don't you just do it one more time and then I'll show you.
All right.
Oh my God, people are giving so many clues. I'm so glad you're not reading the comments.
I'm not. Because I want to figure it out myself. No, y'all. Thank you, but no. Hold on. I'm gonna get it. All right, let me see.
And everybody try this too. Don't feel like you don't want to try this. I mean, always think outside the box.
Okay.
But it's like music when you're writing a song. You just gotta kind of just. Okay, let me show you what I do. Okay, ready? This is. Okay, you ready? Neyo, can I get a drum roll or? Okay. So here we go. 1. Oh, wait a minute. What am I doing? Boom. 2. Wait a minute. What am I doing? I'm going outside the box. 3 and 4. What I've done, I did 4 lines straight, but all I did was I didn't stop, because in our mind we have a mental idea that there's actually an invisible wall. So what I did, I said, no, there's no wall. I went beyond the wall. And then I went here, and I'm not stopping either. I went beyond the wall to here. And then I came down and then out. But it's a good exercise of critical thinking.
That's cheating.
It is not cheating. It's just, no, it's not cheating. It's thinking outside the box.
There were rules implied that weren't really rules.
No, there's not, because all I said
I assume there was rules implied. I applied them. Yeah.
But that's what you do. But this is what you do naturally when you're writing a song. This is what you do naturally when you're when you're singing. You're like, yeah, there are rules, but those rules are just tools. You know, like I could draw with this, I could draw with this, I could draw, with these, I could paint with my arsenal of paints. They're the same, they're just tools. There's no rhyme or reason or rule to tell me that I have to paint this way. I draw with two hands at the same time. There's people like, you can't do that. No, but I do it. So
well, I mean, that's different. That requires skill. That's not just something that somebody can't just go, hey, I'm gonna just draw with both hands and it'd be a Justin Bull quality picture. That requires skill.
Yes, but I'm just thinking these are the good exercises. So now I would like you to entertain us. And did you have something that you drew as a kid? Was there that one thing that, like, for some people it's the Stussy S or a cartoon character or a car or a spaceship? Can you go back into your childhood and think about what was that one thing you used to draw? For me,
all the time.
Yeah, like for me it was a profile. So I'm gonna draw something. I'm gonna draw a profile with two hands, just like what I did as a kid. I'm not gonna do anything super fancy or crazy. I'm not gonna do a painting. I'm just gonna do what I did as a kid, and in the meantime you do what you did. And then, because we all have that, right? We all have it. We're all artists. Every single person I could say, I haven't met anybody yet who said, oh, I've never drawn before. Right. I've never met anybody like that. That's the one thing people could say, yeah, I drew. At some point, people stopped. Well, why did you stop drawing? Because you're actually really good. You guys don't even know how good Neyo is.
I honestly stopped because I didn't have the time to dedicate to it that I wanted to dedicate to it. It's like I don't draw looking at the clock like, all right, I got 20 minutes. Let me get this. Like, if I'm in it, I'm in it. And if it takes 20 minutes, if it takes 2 hours, if it takes a day, whatever. But I can't just do that anymore. I can't say, sorry, I can't make it to the concert. I'm still working on this piece. I can't, you know what I mean? So, and then not to mention,
you could, but then
I have
a shitty
4
career.
Beautiful children that are very time consuming as well. So between being Neyo and being the father of 4, husband and the whole 9, I just don't have the time to really like I want to, which is part of why this whole, quarantine thing was, there was a silver lining in this dark cloud, you know what I mean? Because it allowed me that time to sit down and lock back in, it allowed me that time in every aspect from lock back into my art, lock back in with my kids, lock back in with my wife, you know what I mean? Just really get back to that undistracted, you know what I mean?
Super hyper focused. Yeah, getting in touch with being you, with being healthy, with being aware, with just getting into mental clarity. We don't really have how many people wake up in the morning and they say, I'm gonna take 10 minutes for myself to just meditate, as opposed to the second they wake up, they grab their phone, and all of a sudden they're zombie land. As you know, it's a good opportunity. Yeah, exactly.
But it's you gotta actually notice that you're doing it, and then actually put forth effort to change it. Put forth effort.
Exactly.
And that's been the hardest thing for me currently. It's not as easy to be motivated to get up and move when you don't have to, especially considering the way that I move. Like, if I don't gotta move, like, wait, what? Stay home. You have to tell me twice. This is how I felt about it. You know what I mean? And the only problem is I was kind of getting my inspiration and motivation from how much I was moving around. So in that I'm stationary now, it's like, Do I want to write? No, not really. Do I want to draw?
Mm-hmm.
No, not really. You know what I mean? I started falling into that place, you know, and that's very, very dangerous. Um, I guess all that to say, um, you should not rely so heavily on the outside world to find your inspirations. Like inspiration can come from anywhere and anything, but when you start making it about, all right, I can't write unless I get some girls around me. I can't write unless I get some liquor in me. I can't. When you start creating vices for yourself behind just needing inspiration, that's when your art is going to suffer for that. Your art is going to suffer for that. Your gift is going to suffer because you're going to get to that place where you're just burnt out on it. Okay, you burn out on all of these things, and you don't want to put your gift and your art in that same burnout basket, so to speak.
Well, I think that's all smart. You know, Picasso, in that same line, Picasso says inspiration exists, but it has to find us working. You got to just work through it. And that's a question that I have for you. Do you find that you have creative blocks? I mean, in my painting, I've learned over the years that I've got a lot of creative blocks. People go, oh, it must come so easy. Painting must be like, it just comes out. No, sometimes I do not feel like painting. I do not feel like working, but I do it. And I notice that if I push through it, I find the high. I don't need to be high to find the high. You know, like Salvador Dali said, I don't do drugs, I am drugs. So
yeah.
So do you find that too? Do you have creative blockages sometimes in your work?
All the time.
So you're human.
Here's one of the difficult things about being a songwriter and an artist at the same time. There is the kind of music that I love, the kind of music that really speaks to my soul, the kind of music that you know, that feels like something to me. And then there's the kind of music that pays the bills. Now, in some rare cases, these two come together, but not all the time. And honestly, more often than not, they on opposite sides of the thing. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, these are the songs that the masses are going to get into, versus these are the songs that just really, you know, that just speak to my creative, my artistic, my soul, period. You know what I mean? So the difficulty in that becomes, I'm in the studio and I just want to write. I just want to write and just create and just let it happen naturally. So I do that, and then I listen back and I go, this is amazing. No one's going to get this. This is a little too cerebral. This is not no one, but
No, I got you.
know,
It's
we're at the end of this. We're at the end of this album, and we need one more single, and it's got to be that thing that you know, that's kind of a no-brainer. So it's like, so now I'm already going into the studio with, you know, I can only do this. I can't even step over there because that's not gonna work. I probably shouldn't do that. I should stay right here, which sucks. And that's where the blocks come from, because it's like what I want to do and where I want to go, I feel like I can't, because if I do, it's not gonna get the response that I need it to get. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
when that happens, I ramble. Okay, you can give me one of these and I'll shut up. When that happens, I normally will. I try not to force it. Me personally, whenever I try to just work through that, I find I just, whatever it is that I've created is kind of hollow, because it was like, I didn't do this because I was passionate about it. I did it became a 9-to-5. You know what I mean? I did it because I felt like I had to do it, and it was what it was, and it is what it is, and I don't like it. So normally when I'm blocked, I will step away and do something else. Like, okay, if I'm writing, I'll step away and doodle or something. Or if I'm drawing, I'll step away and write, or whatever the case may be. I'll stop doing whatever it is I'm doing that where I'm blocked, and do something else to kind of get the wheels rolling, you know, to kind of create more ideas. And then once I go, oh, right, then I'll come back. You know what I mean? That's normally how it works for me. But every artist is an individual. You know, that's what it is. I can tell you what works for me. You can try it. It may not work for you, but that's how I do it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that you have to, you have to definitely find whatever you can to inspire yourself. So sometimes I'm like, I just can't get the painting going. Let me just draw
Mm.
part of the face. That's not how you should lay the painting out, but sometimes I'll just be unorthodox and think in a heterodox way, to think
Mm-hmm.
outside of the box, to think
Yeah,
outside
like
of
you
the
go real
box.
heavy on the eye. I know. Yeah. Like,
No,
I
but sometimes
really
you
don't
have
like
to
that
do
you did
things
that.
that you're not comfortable with. So Neo,
But no,
we
that's,
only
that's
have
true.
15.
That's true.
We have 15 minutes left. I want you to draw something from your childhood that you used to draw all the time. I'm going to do a little profile that I used to do all the time as a kid. Let me see. I have very little paper anymore because here. Let's do this, and you tell me when you're ready. And not too much time.
He's like frozen.
I think you're frozen. There you go. You're back. You're back. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to draw something. You draw something, and
All right.
we will do. We're doing something here, guys, that we used to draw as kids. So this is not in any way, shape, or form a masterpiece.
Oh no, not at all.
This is a childhood situation, childhood drawing of what really can we get. Can we go back to our childhood? You know, can we recapture the imagination from our childhood? Picasso says, I keep this today. Today's the day where I quote Picasso a lot. Picasso says, every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain one once we grow up.
Right.
Ooh, I mean, like we're all artists, man. We're born artists, and then we kind of bury it. We bury
Yeah.
it.
I mean, it's the. I saw a really interesting concept. It was a picture of a heart, right? And it was the heart was big. It was covering a baby, right? And then the next picture, the baby is a little bigger. It's the same size heart, but the baby's a little bigger, and then a little bigger until it's an adult. And all of a sudden, by the time it's an adult, this big heart that was covering up the whole body was just a little, little thing right there. And basically, what it was saying was, as we grow into adults, we kind of get we kind of lose that innocence a little bit. We kind of lose that
We
magic,
do.
or we lose
Yes, we
touch
do.
with that magic that where everything was so amazing at one point to you as a child. As you become an adult, you're kind of like, okay, been there, done that, seen that. I've been hurt before. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
nothing has the wow that it did as in your younger years. You know what I mean? And the difficulty is just trying to hold on to that, because that's part of what creates your artistic integrity. That's part of what creates your artistic identity, is trying to hold on to as much of that magic as humanly possible. It's like I used to draw comic books all the time when I was a kid, when I was younger, and my love for comic books kind of also locked into my love for Michael Jackson and Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. When he did that movie, and it was all, he turned into the robot and the whole nine. So like it all kind of coincided together, and it all kind of helped create the me that you see before you now. From the inside out.
Mm.
I'm listening. I'm sorry. I'm just in my left and right hemisphere simultaneously.
You're not listening to me. You are in another space.
I am very much listening to everything you said. You said something about Moonwalker. No, I'm kidding.
Yep,
I listen to everything you
that
said.
was the whole point. That was the entire point right there.
You tell me when you are ready to share, and I will share as well. Like I used to just do profiles all the time of like guys in my neighborhood, primarily. Neos, you could see I prefer drawing with two hands. It's easier for me.
Yep, that is rather amazing. It is rather amazing. All right. Yeah. I'm not gonna go ham right now because there's no.
No, don't go ham. Just like a little doodle like me.
Shut up, little doodle. I really don't like you sometimes.
You love me.
I love you, but I really don't like you sometimes.
Okay, that's what I did.
This is a little doodle. This is nothing. And then it sells for like $17 million. So.
No, it's not. That's going to go for $36,000, not $7 million. That's ridiculous.
You are an ass.
Oh, there we go, guys. That is my BUA doodle.
Okay.
Let's see.
There you go.
Oh, that's good. Look at that. Just hold that there. That's very. Ooh.
Cartoony with it because it's easier when you got to go quick.
That's cool.
From easy to me. I think you went out.
Okay.
Are you there?
That's cool, man. But is
so
that's something that you used to
do? Yeah. I would like this little. I used to draw these little female characters for like the girls in my class. Like that was my So I was really, really shy when I was younger.
Okay.
Really, really shy.
Okay.
Pretty much through high school, same situation. But my end was that I could draw, and girls would come up to me and say, "Could you draw a picture of me and my homegirls?" And we standing like in front of a Jeep, and we like these whatever. And I'm like, "Yeah, fine." So I draw it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. That was how.
No, you had that. That was how you got to talk to the ladies
without having to be cool because I wasn't cool. Right. So
I went
to an art high school.
I went to an art high school, so everybody drew, and I wasn't the best. And I worked very, very,
I can imagine
very,
that was pressure.
Hard. Yes, very pressure. I was in pressure art from when I was a little kid, always. Then I went to the Harvard of Art School's Art Center. Everybody was good. So when I thought I was good, I realized, whoa, I'm in a whole other level. So I always had to just grind. This is like you're in there with the all-stars. So, but it's interesting when I see your drawing because you have something that most people don't have, which is a kind of a slickness to it. Like you actually draw like a comic book guy. You know what I mean? Yeah, let's see. That was a quick little doodle, guys. This is just a quick doodle that he did. I've seen his drawings that are much more involved. It's the size of his thumb. Very cool. But I truly believe, Neyo, that whatever we do in life, the essence of us comes out. So whether you're drawing, writing music, singing, dancing, it's just you in different outlets. It's the same electricity, the electrical current, but you're plugging it into different outlets. So this is what I am when I sing, but it's the same thing as when I am when I draw. You just haven't cultivated that skill your whole life. But if you did, it would be the quintessential essence of who Neyo is. And I feel the same way, with me, like if I'm writing or if I'm painting a picture, if I'm doing a drawing, they're different essences of the same electricity. You're just plugging into a different outlet. And that's what a Renaissance man is. But it's true. It's like
art. I don't like you. You speak art. Like you use words like fucking paint.
Well, I think that I think that it was very normal in the time of the Renaissance, for example. You had guys like Leonardo da Vinci and, Michelangelo and Titian and Raphael and, Tiepolo, and everybody did everything. They weren't just artists. They were poets. They were musicians. They were thinkers. They were engineers, and they were into anatomy. And it was just what we did. We all did that. Now we're just numbing our minds out like on TV, and we're not really having the time or energy to put it into that. And everyone's hyper and over specialized. So I think it's good to especially in this time, to unlock different parts of who we are creatively. Like, how could we be more creative? So
how?
Yeah. How? Like, I mean, you're doing it now. Like, no, I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, I think it's finding the energy to do something that you don't do regularly, something that you don't do every day. You know what I mean? all the memes about, if you haven't mastered a new skill over this quarantine and you wasting the blah blah blah, whatever. Forget that. Listen, don't do it because you feel like you have to do it. Do it because you want to do it. Like do it because you have the time to do it and you want to do it. Let that be the reason. Not trying to live up to an expectation or whatever the case may be. But try something you ain't never tried before. That's one.
Neyo, we have very little time and have two more very important questions for you. And then I'm actually going to call you offline because I have a couple of questions about the paintings that I'm doing for you, just like a 2-minute private thing. But what's your favorite color?
Red.
That makes sense. What is your greatest contribution to the world thus far?
Hopefully my kids. I say hopefully because they're still very, very young and I love them to death, but I'm gonna be very honest, I don't know what kind of adults they're gonna be just yet. So Lord,
you hear
my
that?
kids. If not them, then maybe my music. I don't know. You know what? I walk through this thing with a smile on my face regardless of whatever, because I feel like even though we're all going through something, maybe this smile that I'm wearing can like lift you out of that cloud for a second. If even for a second I could do that for you, my job is done. And I feel good about that. I don't need a whole lot more than that. I need unconditional love from the people that claim to really have it for me. I need that to be honest. And my PlayStation and a pen in the past so I can write every now and then. And I don't need much more than that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's pretty much it.
Listen, you are one of the most realist, most humble people I know. I know a lot of people in the game, in the industry, a lot of, and you're one of those people who is not caught up at all. Neyo is very authentic. No, you are. You're an authentic voice. You're a very talented person, but you're also humble. And it's always nice to work with you. And it's as Cool Herc once said to me, I'll say to you, real recognize real, which I was like, well, that's implying that you're real. So yes, I'm implying that I'm real, but it's real recognize real. You're just down to earth, man. And it's refreshing to be in your sphere and to work creatively with you, because being your friend is great. But my friendships, I like to be creative friendships. I don't really have time for too many friendships, because I'm always painting. And and to work creatively together to me is even deeper than a friendship, because when you're creating, you're creating history, and I really enjoy that about you. And the fact that you love that, Neyo is definitely a guy who really supports art. You don't buy art because it's like, I'm going to make sure that I flip this at Christie's for $1 million, and you love art because you love art.
I buy stuff that I like, and that's pretty much how that goes. Yep, hold on, I'm almost done. I have a house full of children downstairs.
I totally get it.
My name is Uncle D, because to my kids, I'm D, I'm Daddy, and to the other ones, I'm Uncle Daddy. So yeah, it's all me. It's all me.
Okay. All right, bro. Love you. Give me like 3 minutes and I'll give you a quick call. I just have to post this, and I love everybody out there. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you all for tuning in. Shout out to everybody here. There's a lot of countries in here. I saw Brazil in here. Listen, shout out to everybody here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Neyo, peace and love.
Peace.
Call me, bro.
I'm gonna call you. Give me like 3 minutes. Okay, bye.
All right.